first of all, it enters so slowly and with moisture, with just the right amount of moisture, right? It's just slick enough that it just easily slips in, but then there's enough friction that you really get the full effect. It's a full body sensation. The chocolate like massages all of your best parts of your body. I mean, it starts at the nipples, of course. Well, no, it starts at the tongue, and then your ears get a little warm. Yeah. And then the nipples, and then it goes down into your belly and you get the warm butterflies, like, oh, something's about to happen. And then the genitals just light up. And I mean, it's just a fuck fest over here. It's amazing.
You're about to listen to Whiskey Hell Podcast, a show centered on recent news, excellent craft beer, and absolute debauchery. While the guys are getting ready, you can reach them on Twitter at whiskey_hell. You can also go to the whiskeyhellpod.com or email them at whiskeyhellpod@gmail.com. At the end, be sure to drop them a review as a thank you for the content. Looks like they're ready. Enjoy the show. And listener discretion is advised.
Whiskey Hell number 78. I'm Steve McShane, coming to you.
I'm
live.
Fitz. Yeah. Sorry, I jumped in there. I climbed all over you.
Well, we usually do it that way, and I was going to be a jackass for a second. I should not have killed. So let's just go and start it over for everybody at home. Let's do it right.
Okay.
All right. Clear my throat. All right. 3, 2, 1. Whiskey Hell number 78. I am Steve McShane.
And I'm Fitz.
And that's how we're going to start the show. That's the energy that we're bringing tonight. That's the energy we're bringing tonight. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm physically beat, but otherwise good. It was an emotionally, physically, spiritually draining week, and yet I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm jazzed for the show. We have a lot of crazy shit that went down this week that we need to talk about, and just getting to spend time with my best friends, my brothers. I just always look forward to this couple hours every week. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It was a long day. Another big volleyball tournament. And then we've got a middle of a staycation, so I've been running ragged, a little more than normal. So little bit of a late start on Saturday night. I mean, it's 9:02. We're usually ahead of the game, but I think it worked out with everybody's schedules. And Hefe's going to be in and out too. But yeah, I'm good. Happy to be here.
Good deal.
So let's go ahead and let's jump into the beers. What are you bringing to the table first?
Okay. Well, a little bit of an expected, not expected. All right. So,
okay.
I'm still on my pumpkin kick. First day of October is October 1st. So I went with the pumpkin beer, but this one is from Evil Twin. So they're going to do some weird shit. Right off the bat. So this one's called What Even Is Pumpkin Spice. And this is a milkshake style IPA with pumpkin and spices. So I have no idea what I'm getting into here. It sounded interesting. My second beer is actually the one that I kind of went over the top on. Okay. But this one just seemed like a really nice opener. And so We'll see. There was a time when Evil Twin did not make a bad beer, and then you and I have both had a beer on the show that by Evil Twin that we just we're not happy with. Like straight up, did not like the beer.
Yeah.
So this one's a crapshoot. I'm flipping the coin, and let's see what we got here. Oh. Wow. Okay. All right. So I feel like I just got fucked in the mouth by a pineapple that was dipped in pumpkin spice.
Okay.
That's what I feel like right now.
Okay.
I'm literally I have the cold sweats already from this.
Was the skin at least taken off of it?
No, that's the bad part. It's spiky.
The spines and everything.
Yeah, it's spiky. This one, it's hitting it. I'll tell you what, it hit everywhere all at once. This isn't. There's nothing subtle about this beer, and you don't get the pumpkin spices until the back end. So this could be a rough one, my friend. This could be a rough one. It's only it's a 7.5. So if it's really bad, I can just slam it and we can just move on. I did not like that first sip. Wow. It's a really, well, that's where the pineapple's coming from, but like on that citrus fruity side of a hazy. And those can get just a little bit over the top with the hops, with the hoppiness. I wonder what the IBUs is on this, because this one seems like it's pretty high on the IBUs. And of course, their cans don't ever tell you jack shit.
Right. Yeah, they're the most vague brewer out there, I think.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say I hate it yet. I'm just saying it was a violent beginning.
Guinness just called. You actually hold the record for the most times a beer has fucked you in the mouth.
I'm actually okay with owning that record. I actually feel pretty good about that. If that's all my life amounts to, I'm okay with it. Like on my gravestone, if it just said holds the world record for most times fucked in the mouth by a beer, I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's amazing. What I'm trying to see if their site is actually gorgeous. I don't know. It's totally based on it's a photo site. I mean, this may even be actually, honestly, it looks like this is a Squarespace page. This is the same site that we use.
You're right. Dude, you got 31 pages of this. This is how prolific these brewers are. There are 31 pages of thumbnails of beers that they have made.
At least they put in the effort on that. I mean, that's because
that's solid.
A lot of these guys don't put in hardly anything as far as the site usually sucks, and we talk about that all the time. So, well, good. That's it's going to be an interesting one. You know what? I wonder now. What that was an IPA, right?
Yeah, it's a hazy.
Okay, so I wonder how cold is it?
My normal fridge temp, whatever that is, I think pretty cold. I'll say it's pretty cold, like below 40 for sure.
I'll bet you that mellows out within like the next half hour as it warms up.
I got a hunch that's
going to mellow out. So it might gently caress your cheeks as it's sliding in and out.
So and stop pulling my hair. Jesus.
Yeah.
How do girls do it?
I get it, ladies. I get it.
Yeah, I feel your pain. Or, some beers as they warm up, they only get more violent.
They just get absolutely rank. Well, it's a hazy though. It's a hazy. I have faith in being a hazy. So
okay.
Well, okay. I completely mailed it in tonight, and here's what happened today. We had the tournament. We didn't get done at the tournament until 5:30, so I hustle home, throw some shit in a bag, and we pretty much left to go to the hotel. Now on our way, we went ahead and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hit a place. And I went ahead and pulled off into one of the beer caves, one of our Shell stations, which is huge selection.
Yeah, right.
Massive selections. So I scored the first beer of the night, which was La Tierra, and that was my warm-up beer. It's a Mexican-style lager from Simple Machine. Really enjoying it. But that's gonna be my what do you call yours? Your side,
my side bitch.
Your side chick?
Yeah,
your
my side bitch. Yep.
As I'm shifting gears into a BRI beer, which it's that time of year again.
Yep.
And we went to BRI, Beer Research Institute, for dinner, and they had Not Today Putin.
Okay.
Which works perfectly well with a lot of the conversation that we're going to be having here. So
Yes, it does.
I'm
Yes,
really
it
excited
does.
to get that going.
Hey, we've got a special night here and some really good timing. We have a Hefe sighting. Hefe has had I'm not going to say family trauma, but he's had some family chaos, which has caused him to miss work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he's here checking in with us. Now, Hefe, there was rumors out in the podverse, rumors that you were going to join us with a beer tonight. But those are unconfirmed rumors, and so we would like to, right now, live here on the show, we would like to either confirm or dispel those rumors. Do you have a beer?
Negative.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Because
That's
we
right.
just Steve was just talking about his beer. I've gone over mine, and so it would have been like just outstanding timing for you to just like slip in. That's what she said, and just talk about your beer. But it's okay that you don't have one. We're not judging. There's no judgment here.
What about heroin, cocaine, anything? No.
Yeah, and blow.
Yeah.
You do have
Yeah.
some blow.
No.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find some medicine for my girl,
Oh, okay. All right.
and
You-
CVS closes at 9 tonight because that's
Classic.
normal.
Yeah. So you gonna take us into Walgreens, into a 24-hour pharmacy with you while you ask questions about which medicine to buy?
I think that sounds like a really
Oh my God! Please,
a
please
really
do.
perfect for the podcast. I think.
Yeah, it's a great idea, and
Please.
I'm just gonna shout just random awful things.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you can mute it if you want, but they're going to be on the podcast.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It'll nothing. And Walgreens after 10 o'clock is amazing anyway, especially since they actually sell alcohol now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is a golden opportunity.
Yeah, I
Hey,
tried fries. The one I mentioned to you guys earlier today. They do have quite a bit of beer, but there's nothing that blows my skirt up there. It's just a lot of run of the mill type stuff.
Well, that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, if you find
Yep.
something that's crafty at all that you enjoy, that's the important thing. We're not that snobby, or we are, but we'll never, beer shame.
No, no. In fact, I think well, when we were guests on a happy hour podcast, and they were all drinking like Bud Light and stuff. Well, not all of them. I think Tabs might have been drinking a whiskey sour or something, but that was fine. We talked about the fact that
Twisted Tea. Mike had Twisted Tea, I think.
okay,
That's his
Yeah.
jam.
and so, but I mean, whatever, dude, whatever blows your hair back, like that's what you need to bring to the show. What
Yeah.
blows my hair back, what blows McShane's hair back, is high end craft beer. But I mean, that doesn't mean we're right. In fact,
Yeah.
I think it pretty much guarantees we're wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
Just make sure all we want you to do is get blown. That's the important part.
yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
Yeah, it's always. We all need goals.
That's right.
That's always my.
Hey, so just really quick, Hefe, you mentioned that CVS closed at 9. I seem to remember CVS, being one of those places that was maybe not 24 hours, but I mean, you could count on them being open till 11.
Well, when the COVID thing happened, and stores reopened and stuff, they, for some reason, took that opportunity to, like Walgreens or not Walmart. There were 24-hour Walmarts. You could find one, and now they all close.
Okay.
I think there's a 24-hour one, and Fry's starts closing at 10 o'clock now. They close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. No, you're exactly hitting on exactly what I wanted to get to, which is we have a really strange convergence. And I'm sorry, McShane, I'm kind of, I guess, jumping into the news real quick here.
Oh, you're fine.
But we have a weird convergence of COVID happens, stores start to reopen and everything opens back up, but they do it with modified hours because A, they found out it's more cost effective. B, they can't find people to work. And then C, we've got major layoffs happening all over the economy. And so I'm wondering if this little sort of, goose chase that you're on right now to try and find actual medicine for your child, in 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, what's that going to look like? Because there's going to be even fewer people in the job market because so many layoffs will happen. Well, there'll be a lot more people in the job market, but not as many staff, and businesses will have to cut back even further. I'm just, this is real world shit we're talking about, and you're living it right now. And I just thought it was a good opportunity to bring it up because these things are coming.
Yep. It's like a snowball effect. Just one thing leads to another, and stop itself. And I don't know how to stop it. The Fry's was, I don't know if they still are, but for a while they had a sign up at like every store saying live interviews from like 12 to 2 or 2 to 4 every day. Just come on in. Like they're begging people to apply.
Yep. Yeah. You've got a record number of people that quit their jobs during COVID and then never went back because they're either trying to do their own side hustle or they're living off the fucking handouts.
Yep.
It's a problem.
It is. We're kind of fucked.
Yes, sir. But hey, we get to get fucked together, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Go back to me.
So, Hefe, you'll hear my in the moment genuine reaction to the beer that I'm drinking, but I just want you to know that I am absolutely 100% being fucked in the mouth right now by this beer. It's terrible. McShane, it's only getting worse as I'm going.
You're so screwed.
Oh, fucked in the mouth in a bad way.
Oh yeah. No, it's not. I didn't ask for this. It's happening to me. I'm being mouth raped. I'm sorry if that's triggering. I'm not trying to minimize rape. What I'm saying is me too.
Well, I mean, a fucked in the mouth in a good way. I'm thinking of maybe going to prison and you have a really cute,
A really cute pineapple?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what's doing me is a pineapple.
Oh, well.
With the skin on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not been skinned. Is that what you call it? Do you call it skinning a pineapple or do you call it peeling a pineapple?
I'm not really sure. You cut the sides off. You have to actually cut it. It's not like you can peel it or shuck it or skin. I have no idea what to say.
No, I like shucking. I think you shuck a pineapple. That's a great. How often do we use that word in today's society? Yeah.
Not unless we're eating corn. I mean, that's
exactly.
the only time I would do it.
Shuck you, asshole.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm in Walgreens now.
All right.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Sweet.
Let the profanities begin. Ding, ding, ding. No, I'm not.
Can you tell me Can you tell me where the warming lube is? Can you?
You have any fuck water?
Hey, this guy needs the extra small condoms. Where are those?
Some rubber bands.
And some rubber bands. Maybe a twist tie. I don't know.
Oh
No,
my God.
I mean, you need to walk up. Walgreens is the kind of place that it would not be rare for you to walk up with like, a pair of dish gloves, a fucking car battery, and like Coke and whiskey. And
Right.
the person behind the counter would be like, okay, that'll be, $42.99.
Yeah. Saturday
and
night.
not even bad an eyelash. And I don't know. I'm not speaking from experience what you do with those 4 items. I'm just saying you could buy those at Walgreens.
We're already 18 minutes into the show, and this has already gone sideways.
You're welcome.
So I do want to let both of you know that there's nothing to be scared about when it comes to getting your colonoscopy. I actually had
yes.
The prep was terrible. Not eating for 2 days was terrible. Not drinking for 2 days was terrible. But the overall experience, the place that I went was fantastic. I mean, I was in and out of there, pardon the term, in like an hour. It was nothing, and I remember nothing. I feel nothing. I felt nothing. And then I got pictures of my colon. It was fantastic. I have a beautiful colon.
That's a wonderful statement. I mean, temet nose, right? In Latin, that means like know thyself. You literally know yourself inside and out, man.
I was really impressed. I was really, really impressed. So I highly suggest everybody go out and get checked if it's time to get checked. Don't fear it. I know it's a little bit embarrassing. It's a little bit awkward. We're talking about poop. You'll get over it really quick, and the nurses are great. They encourage you to fart. That was weird, but hey, whatever. But it was an okay experience. Not something I want to do every week, right? But I'll get it done again in 5 years, and I won't sweat it at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's not like it's every 6 months. I mean,
Yeah.
you just go and get a checkup every 5 years. That's not a bad deal.
No, and
I'm like, that's more ball than I could have for a house.
How you doing tonight, sir?
Great. How are you?
I'm so happy and myself.
We are doing so good.
Tomorrow.
Oh, vacation. Excellent. You going anywhere?
Well, I was trying to go back home. You want it back?
No.
Right? I used to live in Jacksonville, Florida, but unfortunately, there's the man.
There. This man's name is Chad, and he lives a very sad existence.
Emma Sue, where's the sheep? I can't find the sheep.
I was just
Really?
kind of playing with him, going, "Why'd you tear up freaking Jacksonville?" Flip it upside down, just like that. It's like, son, that's where you were born. Why did you want to tear it up? And he was like, Dad, no.
This is radio cold.
Oh, it's amazing.
He's 14, so I'm just starting to mess with him a little bit.
My oldest is now, he's.
Remember the condoms. Remember the condoms.
Daughter is 28. I know. It goes.
Yeah, I know it. Hey, have a good night.
Bye, Chad.
See you later,
Thank
Chad.
you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Did
Dude,
you give him a sticker?
I gave him a wink.
Dude, that was amazing. I have friends in and around the Jacksonville area, and apparently they didn't get hit that hard. So I don't know what he's talking about.
I was about to bring you guys into the conversation, but when you started mocking his voice, I thought first gonna lower the volume a little bit.
I was just asking where the sheep were. That's all I was asking. If he couldn't handle a little down-home cooking.
Yeah, like veal.
Yeah.
a lamb.
little sheep lamb shank. And anyway, I don't know where we're going with that. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. That made his night. Sure, he had a ponytail.
Oh, I kind of actually pictured him with a ponytail. Was he also partially balding?
Not that I can tell. It looked
Okay.
But
All right.
he was, probably 60-ish.
Well, good for him still being able to grow hair.
Still rocking the ponytail.
That must be nice, asshole.
He might have maybe had a band. That's what I was getting. The vibe I was getting.
Oh, okay. Like a 80s cover band?
Yeah, maybe 80s country.
Yeah. Like old, like total deep.
Skinnerd?
Yeah. Or I was thinking like deep cut Tim McGraw stuff.
Maybe Randy Travis.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so he's country. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
He was country when country wasn't cool.
So, did you guys get to look at any of the storm damage from Ian?
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh yeah, I've been geeking out on that shit all fucking week. Can I ask you guys a serious question? Serious question. Last week, and this would be last Saturday, 1 week ago. I closed the show with, "Hey, folks, Hurricane Ian it could be a doozy. The way it's tracking, storm surge could be significant." You guys heard what I said.
You called it.
Okay, why then did people stay? Because I mean, I'm just some dude in Eugene, Oregon. I shouldn't care. I don't care. But the knowledge was out there. It was out there for me to find. So why did people stay in Fort Myers, Florida, and all the surrounding areas, and even the outer islands out there? My God, why would you stay?
I mean, it's not like, okay, you're gonna have some folks that can't leave, right? We know that, but
Okay.
but the majority of people, you take a drive up the coast, head to, I don't know, anywhere else.
Grab a hotel up in fucking Alabama or something. I mean, it's just a road trip. Pack the family up, get the dog, and get out of there. Some of these videos of like that, Steve, you sent the one. The woman's floating in her living
freaking
room.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, she's floating like 5 feet above her living room in a blow up raft. If you had time to blow up that raft, you had time to get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. That thing wasn't just sitting around blowing up already.
No, and this storm didn't just appear out of nowhere like tornadoes do sometimes. There was warnings a week ago from Fitz. You need to pay attention, folks.
I lived in Florida when I was a kid for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And I don't ever remember any kind of hurricane experience. I'm going to go back and look and see. It was like 83 to 86. I want to see if there were like any bad hurricanes in there because I don't remember ever,
No, dude. That was during hurricane prohibition. They banned all hurricanes those years.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So you were there at just the right time.
They were going to have a hurricane, but the city council voted against it. So,
yeah, exactly. You're not
They turned
allowed,
off HARP,
hurricane.
Yeah,
Go home, you're drunk.
They turned off HARP that week. So
you remember a movie that's from?
What?
Where weatherman said that was going to rain, but the city council of Beverly Hills voted against it, so it's going to be nice and sunny.
Oh, wasn't that L.A. Story?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Steve Martin.
So if everybody goes over to @severe warn, so @SEVEREWARN, look that up on YouTube. It'll be in show notes. You guys can go ahead and take a look at it. These guys did a fantastic job tracking this.
They
thing.
really did. Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of rigs they actually used, but I'm assuming part of it was a GoPro. It just makes sense. But they put their cameras, they had like 9 or 12 or some absurd number of cameras, and they just littered them all over Florida. And they just turned them on and they started broadcasting. They had cell phones connected to them or some kind of internet, some kind of a hotspot connected to them. And they started broadcasting the whole time this Ian's going through Florida. And you see some wicked stuff from all different areas. This live surge cam 9.
Yeah.
At one point, the water is above the camera, and the camera was like 15 feet off the ground.
Yeah, it covered the palm trees there. Those palm trees get swallowed. Yeah, that was the one that really I saw time lapse photography of that. And you start with streets, and it's cloudy, so a storm's coming, but that's it. It looks like a normal, and that was in Fort Myers. And then, like you said, that storm surge comes to land, and I mean, it must have been at least 10 feet, maybe more, more.
Yeah.
Dude, that video of the guy in the Gulf where the water fucking disappeared.
Yes.
That was insane.
That's creepy. Yeah. And I think we're going to touch on that video later, aren't we, McShane?
Yeah. Let me go and bounce out to that now, because that was, let me just go ahead and turn that one up here. Let me,
let's hear this guy.
All right, 6 p.m. update. Palm Harbor, Florida, Gulf of Mexico. Okay, 12 hours now. There is no water in the Gulf of Mexico. This is something I've never seen. I sure hope it doesn't come back all at once. But I tell you, this is bizarre. Millions and millions of gallons of water have just disappeared. They're probably all sitting in somebody's town down south, but I can tell you, I could literally walk half a mile out there. I won't do it because it's probably pretty soft, and not even see water. Anyways, usually, as I said, water is up to the line on the wall, and it goes to Texas. I can probably walk halfway to Texas. So I just hope it doesn't come back all at once. That could be a little scary. I mean, usually, you can't see all the way, but it's miles and miles of just grass, seagrass. I'll update again, but there are billions of gallons of water that need to come back. Stay safe, everybody. Update probably tomorrow, because once it gets dark, I won't be able to show anything. Over and out.
It's just the most bizarre thing. So for everybody who's listening at home, he's walking out on a pier away from his house. So he has Gulf. I mean, he's on the Gulf, period. So he walks out on this pier, and there is the water's gone. It's just gone.
Yeah. Like you said, miles and miles of seagrass. That's it.
And that's it.
So weird.
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that in any other hurricanes. It was just surreal.
That was incredible video. And he's probably out on that pier. It's probably 3 feet, 4 feet deep. So we're not talking about deep water, but it's that shallow for, like he said, 5 miles out. So when the water got sucked up and went into that storm surge, however many miles to the south, that shallow area there just got sucked dry. I mean, that's like biblical kind of stuff, what he was showing there. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. I've never seen
that.
Hey,
I gotta go get this medicine into my little one.
All right, man.
Okay.
Well, jump back in when you can.
We're watching something else that was kind of strange. This is a reporter from looks like it's an NBC reporter. NBC 7,
channel 2 look like,
maybe, whatever. Yeah. So she has a condom wrapped around her microphone, and she's standing in the middle of a downpour.
Yeah, and we know it's a condom because it has the little reservoir tip.
There's no doubt it's a condom. There's zero doubt. And if you look at the bottom of her hand, you can even see it has the hard
where she's unrolled it.
Right. So now I'm thinking, what else has she done with that microphone?
Well, I want to know, how good was the sound quality coming through that thing? It couldn't have been great. Because
Well,
I guarantee you, if I put a condom over my mouth, you're not going to be able to hear much.
I actually, you know what, that would be okay. We'll leave that for another show. Well, here she is. Here's her report. Now, this is actually recorded out of somebody's living room, so take it for what it's worth. But
Right.
Again, it'll be in show notes if you guys want to listen to it straight up.
Yeah, really not too bad, but we're already seeing the effects of it. The fact that I just saw that big tree go down, just a couple hundred feet away from our studios just goes to show you we are in for some serious damage here in Southwest Florida. You're also seeing a lot of palm fronds on the ground.
And then I like that the guy just zooms in. He forgets about anything else that's going on. He just zooms in on.
Yeah. No. I mean, and again, her verbiage is just fucking perfect. I mean, there's going to be a lot of damage. So that's why you have a condom.
That's why
I mean, you never know. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a strange. It's still going. It bounced back out to the Atlantic, and let's go to the radar. Hang on a second.
Yeah, it got downgraded to a tropical storm as it went across Florida, but then it hit the Atlantic, and I think it got back up to a Category 1 before it's going to now hit South Carolina.
So let's see here. It's already in there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's made landfall again.
It's a depression now. So
Okay.
Right now it's heading towards Richmond. There is a wake of outages like you've never seen. Florida is you still have hundreds of thousands of people out of power.
Well, what was the the last count I heard, 4.5 million people were out of in Florida when it was at its max.
So I'm looking at Florida Power and Light Company. They have 528,000 people out. Peace River Electric Co-op, 9,457. Duke Energy, 152. I'll say 152,000. Let's see if I can get anybody.
And you got to remember, this is Saturday night, and so these people have been without power probably since Wednesday when the storm made landfall.
Yeah, it's
all your food in your fridge is bad. It's gone. If it wasn't already bad because of the storm surge, because the seawater got into it. Any medicines you had that required refrigeration, and I'm talking to diabetics mostly with insulin, that's fucked. Any pet food, stuff like that, that'll probably be okay. But if there was a storm surge, that's all gone. I mean, these people literally lost their entire lives because of a storm. It's crazy. I when you're flipping through Twitter and TikTok and all that, you got the Red Cross popping up wanting money. And it's like, back in years past, I did donate money. Katrina, I donated money. Other big storms, that big one that hit Houston a couple years ago. I'm not donating shit to the Red Cross because so much stuff has come out about how much money actually just goes to their execs and never makes it to the people who are really hurting. Fuck the Red Cross.
Yeah. Now so one thing that I've known through our work, we have a boosters program, right? And one of the things that I've come to find is when you donate to the bigger entities, which they can mobilize a little bit better, right? They have they've got more people that can go ahead and go they can mobilize an effort to go ahead and get stuff done. But most of that money that you do send in, it goes towards their corporate stuff. It really, really does. That's why if I'm doing any donations, and I do a donation thing through work, I think it's like $5 a paycheck or something. But so I do Teen Lifeline.
Okay. Yep.
It's our version of their suicide prevention for teens. Great program, and it's a big deal for me. It hits pretty close to home, and it's legit. Like, you can go down there, you can walk through the halls, you can sit there and you can say, all right, so you're the kids who are actually answering the phones when if my kid is having a bad day and he has to call. it's legit, right? You can't do that when you go to any of these other places. It's not like that. Now, that's not to knock them. I'm sure they've got good impacts and things, but I think you're right. I'm always going to go towards a local food bank. I'm going to go towards some outreach program that is doing something very specific in the community versus trying to deal with one of these other jokers. Unless it's like Phoenix Children's Hospital, that I'm all in for that. That's
that's
I'm
legit.
all in for that.
But again, that's really local to Phoenix. I mean,
exactly.
Yes, they're known worldwide, but they do good stuff there in the valley.
Right. You gotta be careful. I mean, and then you've got saw what happened in Haiti when George Bush, Jr. Decided to go through and just say, just send us your cash. Just send us your cash. And everybody's wanting to go ahead and I'll send clothes. I have clothes I can send. I can send blankets. I can send this, that, and the other thing. No, just send cash. It's fine. No, really? We know what happens with cash, dude.
Exactly. That never made it to the people. And they're still getting fucked.
So, I mean, I guess kind of where we're going down, the road we're going down is, I wish I had a local charity in Florida for everybody to go and send money to if they wanted to. One, I don't want that responsibility, and two, you can look that up online. You can figure that out. But it's just food for thought. I mean, it's 2022. I would love to trust everybody, but you can't. And it's your hard-earned money. Make sure it's going to go to what you really expect.
Amen.
There's my soapbox.
No, that's. I completely agree. I just, we've this. If the past 3 years have taught us anything, it's one, you can't trust the government. Two, you can't trust any non-governmental organizations, NGOs, because they're just as corrupt. And so then you have to get down to, like McShane's saying, the local level. And so, I mean, even if it's donating to some churches down there, churches don't always have the cleanest record, but when it comes to disasters, they help their own. Right. And so, it's going to get to people.
Yeah. You can't miss. And there's veterans. I'll throw money that way. Anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I'm sure this was just a coincidence, but Russia annexed another 15% of Ukraine, and then the Nord Stream gas lines blew up. I'm sure that was just a coincidence.
Yeah, on the same day. On the same day. I mean, we're not.
It's a coincidence. I'm sure it has nothing to do with either of them. They're not together at all. But so that happened this week too. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a because that was Monday, wasn't it? Kind of
Monday or Tuesday, one of the two. Yeah,
Tuesday maybe. Yeah, but that was kind of a crazy day because it's like, I mean, and then what I just can't. I just can't. Okay, right here, McShane. Don't move that screen because what I'm going to talk about, I want you to see something here. So, the Nord Stream pipelines, both of them explode. And now they're finding that it wasn't just in one place on each of them, it was in two places in each of them. So there's like 4 total scars in this thing. And yes, it was already shut off. Putin already had shut it off. And this is the pipeline that runs from Russia and transports natural gas under the ocean to Germany. He had already shut it off because of the war and Germany's allegiance to NATO. But there's still gas in the lines, right? It's kind of like when you shut the hose off. If you take the end of the, you take your little sprayer nozzle off, there's still a bunch of water in the hose.
Right.
So there's still all this natural gas in the pipeline. They blow up. And by the way, seismologists who I love these scientist guys because they don't, all they're reading is the science. They don't know if this was an earthquake. They don't know if it was a explosion. They don't know if it's a volcano underwater. All they're looking at is their little fucking needles moving on the paper.
Right.
And this caused it. There was a big enough explosion that it caused 3 separate. One was a 1.2, another one was a 2.1 earthquake, and then the other one I think was like a 1.4 or something. So
Right.
3 earthquakes this thing caused on their seismometers in Sweden, which is not that far from the explosions, but far enough. And so then the scientists go, oh shit, okay, so it was explosives. So they actually mathed out how much explosives it would have taken to cause that big of an earthquake, which they got to about 650 pounds worth of C4. So this wasn't accidental. So this happens, and then of course, then you have the rhetoric machines. They spin up, and immediately the West and all of their media conglomerates and the scripts go out that it was
Okay,
Putin
but
that he.
everybody's spinning something. It's
No, that's
not
what I'm
even just
saying.
the
So
West.
no. So hold on, I'm telling the story here.
Okay.
The West spins up and says it was definitely Putin sabotaged the lines, and okay, so they come up with that, and then Putin spins up and he's like, "Hey, we did not sabotage the lines. It was definitely someone in the West." And so you had this kind of going on all week. Well, yesterday, Putin comes out with a speech that to me so far has been, and I'm not saying he's not a madman. What I'm saying is he came out with a speech that was very clear, very concise, and made more sense to me than anything that I'm hearing from Biden or Germany or the UK. And he basically came out and he said, "Why in the hell would I blow up my own pipeline? I already turned it off. Why would I then blow it up? Because that gives me zero strategic advantage." But
I don't
if
have
the-
to. I don't have to blow it up.
I don't have to blow it up. I just turn off the nozzle. But then he goes on to say, but if the West had blown it up, that takes away all leverage that I had over Germany. Takes away all leverage, any advantage I had to get Germany to soften up and maybe see my side of things. That took away all advantage. And now today, so up there in the upper right, you see how it says Nord Stream explosions are a tremendous opportunity. This is the Secretary of State coming out and saying this is a tremendous opportunity because now Germany and the rest of Europe can't get any natural gas from Russia. So we're going to go ahead and supply them. We're going to go ahead and open up our ships, and we're going to help them out.
Okay,
So
are we going to actually drill? Are we going to actually drill?
No, we're sending ships.
Okay.
I mean, you can read there in the article, but yeah, this is Blinken comes out. Anthony Blinken comes out and he says, "Hey, this kind of sucks this happened, but hey, what an opportunity for us." He's basically admitting we did it. You don't, this is not turn a frown upside down stuff. This is either it's an act of war or it isn't. And he's basically saying, no, we did it, but we're going to still accuse them of doing it. So it's an act of war. So we can make money off the Europeans because they need fuel for this winter. And on top of it, we're going to get our war. That's how I'm seeing it.
I haven't read the quote. So I can't really comment on his quote. But oh geez, I found it. Hold on. It's a tremendous opportunity to once and for all remove the dependence on Russian energy, and thus to take away from Russian President Vladimir Putin the weaponization of energy as a means of advancing his imperial design. Full disclosure: this is off of RT. So we know that's Russian. That's Russia Today. So
of course,
quote's a quote. However you want to read, the Russia Today rhetoric. The bottom line, honestly, is regardless of who's posting this, the pipeline was blown the fuck up, and that doesn't make a lot of sense unless the leverage was being removed.
Yep.
And there is something that there is a lot to be gained from it. Now, the thing that I still don't like, and I think we're probably going to get into this a little bit later because China.
Yeah.
So you have China that's supplying Russia with a lot right now. You have Europe now. They don't have any gas coming in unless somebody else is bringing it over.
Well, yeah, it should be troubling to all Americans, because I truly feel the energy crisis, the crunch that's happening in Western Europe this winter is going to come to our shores, and it's painfully ironic that we are now saying, we'll be Europe's main supplier of LNG, liquefied natural gas. We'll go ahead and fill that gap because the pipelines are destroyed. That to me is ironic because, again, our people are suffering as far as inflation. We could be using some extra safety nets, social safety nets here in the country. Instead, we're sending billions. Another $12 billion just got approved for Ukraine. $12 billion, everyone. Go ahead and take the U.S. population and divide that into 12 billion. It's a significant number for each of us that we're paying to a bunch of fucking Nazi sympathizers and, crazy folks, so they can fight a war that none of us give a shit about. But anyway, so all this money's going over there. So now, on top of that, we're going to be sending our gas over to people. And then what happens when our citizens need gas? What happens when the nightmare that happened to Texas last winter with that huge polar vortex, what happens when that happens again? What do we do then?
So just a heads up, I saw some weird stuff over the last few days. Just going to the pump. One, our gas jumped from $4.19 to $4.99 again.
Ooh.
Okay. And I mean, it was going down, and Joe's all, we're lowering the cost of fuel. Not really. But
no.
I actually went to 2 gas stations that didn't have any gas. One today, and one on, I think it was last Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. It's not unheard of. Yeah, okay, they go out of gas, but that happens, right? We know that. Not completely, though.
Yeah.
Usually you've got enough to get you through to, you'll like half your pumps might be down, right? At the most.
Right.
Weird shit. So I'm watching that pretty close. And
yeah, that's something to follow right there. That's significant. We have not seen anything like that, but we're I guess just because of our distance from the nearest pipeline or whatever, we're about 20 cents per gallon higher than you are there. So we're over $5 again. We're at $5.19. I know Biden wants to head into. Here's the other thing, folks. The next 4 weeks are going to be very interesting because we have elections. The midterm elections are coming up in 4 weeks. So hold on to your butts, buckle your seatbelts, strap in, put your nipple rings in. This one's going to be a doozy. So
check this out real quick. State gas price averages. This is from AAA. Alaska, $5.28. That's even for me. That's kind of weird because I think they drill a little bit up there.
Yeah, they do.
Down in the south, Alabama, $3.19. Arkansas, $3.21. Arizona, $4.46. That's not right now. That's much higher. California, $6.35. We've got a California story coming up later.
See, yeah, and this is for the whole state. So you might have some parts of the state that are getting it for, $4 a gallon. But then what's everybody in the Phoenix metro area or California?
Yeah,
exactly. What are LA people paying? Where all the people are?
Yeah, and this is regular. This isn't mid-grade, premium, or diesel. This is just regular and everything that the commoners use. Connecticut, $3.28. Georgia, $3.17. Wow. Illinois, $4.15. $3.39. Kentucky. It's really, really interesting. Oh, Mississippi, $3.06.
Yeah.
North Carolina. I just love saying Carolina. It's just a great word.
I mean,
$3.31.
Look at Oregon. Look at us.
And so let me ask you
that's
this.
one of the higher numbers on that list.
And you have no refineries near you, right?
No, nothing.
No oil. Okay, so that's
no
right.
no drilling. No nothing. Yep.
So just interesting. I'll throw that. You know what? Fuck it. I'll throw that in show notes because
Fuck it.
fuck it. So we wanted to get to. I think you found. Didn't you find the Green Group influencer? I think that was you, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, the Biden connection. Yes, I found that.
So, Green Group influence is from China. Green Group influencing Biden administration has deep ties to Chinese government. The National Resources Defense Council, NRDC, a major U.S. Green Group that has influenced Biden administration policymaking, has deep ties to the Chinese government. The NDRC, a nonprofit organization based in New York with total assets exceeding $450 million, has worked on climate issues extensively in China since the mid-1990s, and several of its top officials have worked for the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, or government-sponsored institutions. Can
we stop right there? A non-profit, right? You're a non-for-profit.
Correct.
And they have $450 million in assets.
That's power, baby. That's a hell of a lobbying group.
That's a fucking... Do you understand that nonprofits, they get to write off all of that?
Yes.
That's a write-off because they're not for profit.
Isn't that cool?
Jesus fucking Christ. Wow. Are you following it, guys? Are you following?
Again, Fox News, so take it for what it's worth, do your own research. But this is pretty fucking spot on. The NDRC maintains a close working relationship with President Biden's administration. The NRDC's former president, Gina McCarthy, served as Biden's climate czar up from January 2021 until earlier this month. Current President Manish Bapna has attended at least 2 White House meetings, visitor logos reviewed by Fox Digital Arts. So that's something Fox has going on. Anyway, no shit. We need to go green.
Yeah.
And who go? Let's go back to the metals, the precious metals, everything that goes into making batteries, everything that makes into making green components.
Yep. That's exactly where I was going to go with this. Is like, who's benefiting from all of that?
Yeah.
The nickel, the lithium. Who owns all of the dig sites in Africa that have children, not child children. I don't know what a child children is, but actual children, African children in these mines working 12 to 16 hours a day, digging, breaking their little backs to dig out precious metals so that we can have fucking quote unquote green cars, battery powered cars. The amount of labor and carbon that is accumulated to make a lithium battery is absolutely mind-boggling. And China owns all that. They own half of Africa already. And they swept in as these Chinese people on white horses because they improved infrastructure and they purified water and brought electricity. And I'm not saying they didn't do anything good, but what I'm saying is
what did they get
all
in
of those
return?
things. Yeah, all of these things come at a cost. There's no such thing as a free lunch, guys. And then you see this organization, quasi-governmental, like I said earlier, and they're closely tied to the Biden administration, and they are a Chinese company. And members of the CCP are in this company.
So I'm dropping this in the show notes. You know what? We are full 4x4 mode. We're going off-roading. So I just pulled a blog post for Peterson Institute for International Economics. I haven't vetted this site yet, but I will say this, all right? Rare earth metals. China dominates.
Yep.
Okay. We're talking nedium, dysprosium, let's see here. Cobalt, China. Copper, China. Lithium, China. Nickel, China.
Yeah, and then policy implications, which means I'm going to tell you what the policy implications are. We're fucked.
Well, you just do the math, right? We just need to do the math.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the only thing we have working for us right now, and this is a terrible thing to say. First of all, before we leave this website, this company's acronym is PIIE, and all I see is PIE. I just had to throw that in there. The only thing we have going for us, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, and it must have been the terrible beer I just finished, is that China's economy is in full free fall right now. It's in full free fall. It's in complete collapse.
Clusterfuck.
Oh my God.
It's awful.
Everything we've been talking about for weeks, it's happening. And it's coming here too, folks, but it hasn't hit us yet. But so if China's economy completely collapses the way it's looking to head, then that may be our only saving grace with all this. In other words, they're going to be so desperate to sell all these precious metals and all these batteries that they're making that we might actually not get bent over and proper fucked. That's our only hope.
So, all right. It's just how we do it, right? Let's just go here.
Yeah, jump in.
All right. So, precious metals in Ukraine. Titanium, bauxite, nepheline, alunite, mercury, oscarite. Let's see. Rock salt, natural gas, petroleum.
Yeah, basically they're kind of a hotbed for, I mean, a lot of coal and some rare coal. There's something called I'm going to get it wrong. Tritium or bitherium coal. Anyway, this coal is more dense and burns hotter than normal coal, and Ukraine happens to be one of the largest deposits of this coal on the planet. So there's that. It's not just regular coal. They have special coal that that does more with less. And I mean, you just start looking at all this stuff and you go, well, of course we want Ukraine as part of NATO. And not only are they a border with Russia and it's a giant, middle finger to Putin and the Russian people, but there are natural resources there, not to mention the biolabs and all that stuff that went on. There's still, strong evidence that COVID came from a biolab in Ukraine. I mean, there were so many reasons to start this dust up and for us to jump in with, guns and boots on the ground.
Renewablematter.eu. Lithium deposits in Ukraine. This may not be the main reason for invasion, but undoubtedly Ukraine's mineral wealth is one of the reasons why this country is so important to Russia. Former director of Irad Shkunover, former director of Environment and Natural Resources section of the U.S. National Intelligence Council, a wealth confirmed by the fact that Ukraine lithium had begun to attract global attention as early as last year, before the Russian invasion halted exploration. Last November, in fact, the Australian company European Lithium said it was close to securing the rights to two promising deposits of lithium in the region of Donetsk. What was just annexed?
Yep, I was just gonna say who just got annexed? Donetsk.
I fucking love our show.
Yeah.
Said it was close to securing the rights to two promising deposits of lithium in the region of Donetsk. And Kurgrad. You're better at this than I am.
No. Look,
Kirovograd.
Yeah, Kirovograd.
Yeah. All right. Everybody in Ukraine who's listening to us, I apologize. In the center of the country, in the same month, the Chinese company Shangjin Lithium has also asked for the rights on some deposits, a move that would allow China to win the first deposit in Europe.
Wow.
I'm going to stop there.
Yeah, that's
off the cuff research.
That is not insignificant right there. What we just found.
That's a fucking fine, dude.
And
I love that.
oh yeah. Now and see, we could do a whole show just on this subject. We could go in a total deep dive. And we're geeks for this stuff, if you can't tell. And we're not going to do that, but guys and gals and children, God, I hope kids aren't listening to this show. But go out and look and do some research for yourself and do the deep dive, because the more you find, the more you are going to be equally disgusted in what the governments and the major players in this world are doing. And they don't give a shit about the everyday person, whether it's the kid digging in the mine in Africa or, the McShane in the Phoenix metro area who's paying $5 a gallon. They don't care. They don't care. All they want is their agenda to be pushed forward at the sacrifice of us and our money and our wealth.
All right, dude. Let's go ahead and beer up.
Love it.
Let's get to beer 2.
Yeah, I'm very excited for beer 2. So, how did your first beer finish? Yay, nay?
I have one more in there, and I'm tempted to just go and start drinking it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See,
nice.
Beer Research Institute is so fantastic.
They really are,
and it is such a clean. This is I think this was it's a 14.3%.
Wow.
Okay, and it's barrel aged. You get a little bit of heat, but it is the most drinkable beer. I mean, I could drink, and it would be trouble. Don't get me wrong. I could drink 2 or 3 of these in a setting and have zero problem with it, and then it'd be a backhand in the face, but it's a fantastic beer. So clean, just absolute pleasure. It's fantastic. The next beer is it's got a lot of work to do to top that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is now the second beer that I've had by Evil Twin that I would never buy this again. I'm not going to say it was a terrible beer. I didn't enjoy it. I'm really going to be, this is so weird to say. I'm going to be cautious next time I see an Evil Twin. I'm not going to just grab it just because it's them. I really did not like this beer. I mean, E for effort or whatever, but fucking F for execution. It was terrible.
We may have to ban them from the show. We need to think about that. I'm not above doing it. We'll have to think this one through. We may have to ban them from the show. So Fitz, looking forward to beer 2, knowing that we had a special experience with beer 1, and we never know how our beers are going to. And full disclosure, we don't talk about this much. But we never know what our beers are going to be like. Typically, we try to go for something brand spanking new to us, right? We're not really going back. I did tonight's case. I did. It's totally different version. It's a new year, so that's new. But I had the barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout, not today Putin. I've had that before. Just a different version, different year. We usually don't go back to the same beers twice unless it's just something, there's like years in between or there's a very special reason.
Right.
I like black IPAs. And
yeah, me too.
They're really unique. They're a lot maltier than the normal IPA. So I those are my jam, especially CDAs too.
Yes.
I have one that's called Dark Side of the Mash. I think it's a Pink Floyd reference.
Yep.
Dark Side of the Moon. Dark in color and packed with roasty, chocolatey, bitter flavors. A cohesive collection of grain and hops come together to create this mysterious liquid goodness. We hope this psychedelic brew influences you to expand your mind and realize that there is a dark side to IPAs beyond the hazy and clear. So I finally found a black IPA. It's pretty rare. It's kind of like my Baltic porters, which I can't find very often.
Yep.
So when I cracked this one open, the nose was unreal. I mean, it hit me hard, which I didn't expect for this type of a beer. I expected more malt, less IPA. So we'll see how this one goes down.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes those darker IPAs, they can have a good nose feel. You know, you get the sharp notes smelling, but then they'll be calmed down when you drink them.
That's a strange beer. There's malt, but the malt actually cuts the bitter, and it's an IPA that's very water-like, very unimpressive.
Like flavorless?
No, it's definitely flavored. Big time pine.
Mm.
But I think the malt actually cancels out a lot of the IPA-ness,
Sharpness,
the IPA notes.
Yeah.
And I think it takes away the wrong notes. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to see how that one warms up. Huge, thick head though. I mean, this head pours like it's an oatmeal stout.
Yeah, I see that on the picture on the screen there. That's yeah. Yeah, I mean, for a long time, I was, God, back in the day, I was drinking that CDA. I can't even remember. That's a Cascadian Dark Ale, just in case.
Right.
There's newbies to the beer land, but I was drinking that CDA every week. I mean, it was my favorite beer when I first moved up here. I love those as well. So it's kind of disappointing to hear that you've kind of found a one-off, kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it warms up. It might not warm up. It might warm up okay. We'll see. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's definitely different. This is Simple Machine is from Phoenix. It's a local brewery, so just so everybody's aware of that. I need to go there. I haven't been to Simple Machine. Great site.
Yeah,
really good website. The website.
Yeah, I like the little gears turning, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. I'll have to go. I'm gonna have to make a point to go down there and check them out. I didn't realize that we had Cider Corps out in Gilbert, so I'm gonna have to go to Cider Corps too, and I will get Cider Corps and send it up to you. It's just a cider brewery. Yeah, and I didn't realize we had it. Look at that! Look at the art. The art.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
This is a great website.
That is, and it moves as you kind of scroll through it. That's for all you listeners out there. It would be worth your time just to go on and just see a really cool website, even if you're not into beer or whatever. This is really well done.
Yeah, simplemachinebrewing.com. That's cool. All right. Anyway, so what do you got going on?
Well, so we're playing kind of checkers here. We're opposites on our beers. You started with a big heavy, and I started with kind of a lighter beer, and then and now you're going lighter as far as ABV, and I'm going big heavy. I brought out the big guns here. So this is from Untitled Art, which I put them up there with some of the top brewers around. I'm really liking their stuff. I like their can labels. They're just fun to look at. They're soothing to the eyes, attractive, makes me want to pick up the can. And then you pick up the can and then you read something like this: barrel aged double fudgy brownie stout. That's right, ladies. You heard me correct.
Wow.
Double barrel aged double fudgy brownie stout. This is a barrel aged imperial stout with milk sugar, cocoa nibs, Belgian candy syrup, natural and artificial flavors. And again, Untitled Art, they're out of Waukene, Wisconsin. So they're not even a local brewery for us. But we get a lot of their stuff here for some reason. And I've not been disappointed in their beers. I mean, to the point where I'll have one of their beers on the show and then I'll go back the next day just to get another one because it was so good. So and this one's a 14.2. So this is not messing around. I'm finishing the evening off in a big way. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip here. I obviously, everybody's mouth is probably watering like mine because you hear something like double fudgy brownie stout. It just invokes certain tastes. So let's see.
I'm working on a hard on right now.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh fuck yeah! Okay, see this.
That's the
This
stuff,
is-
right?
Yeah, this is how I want to be made love to. I am no longer being fucked. I am being honored. I am being worshipped. My mouth is on a pedestal, and this thing is just slowly caressing my maleness, my godness. This is fucking amazing. Wow.
We just wait to see how you're going to title the show. Right now, it's My Mouth is on a Pedestal.
Shit.
That's the fucking show title right now.
Oh, yeah. I have lots of words, and sometimes they come out in interesting combinations. Oh, my God. This is so good. This is it. This one's going to be hard not to just like, okay, I'm going to shut up. You talk, and I'm just going to drink because it's that good. It's a brownie in a glass. It's a brownie in a glass.
Okay, so mouthfeel, walk me through it.
Thick, real thick.
Okay.
Low heat. You would not know this is a dangerous beer. You would not know it's a 14%er.
Dessert beer?
Dessert. Oh yeah, all the way. But I'll tell you, it's not overly sweet like some of those maple beers we've been having lately.
Yeah.
There's almost no sweetness. It's just thick, thick chocolate.
So it's legit. It's cocoa.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's hot chocolate, and then you threw in like 4 Hershey's bars and let them melt in there too. Like it's just that thick and delicious and what's the word? Decadent. That's the word.
Okay.
It's decadent.
You just made panties drop.
Yo, my own panties. I'm naked right now. You would not believe what just happened to my clothes. I am buck naked. And I'm just gonna dribble a little bit of this on my nether regions, just because everybody deserves a taste of this.
Their sites drive me crazy because
it's terrible.
It really is because you click on their beers, and all it is let's go look at a few beers.
Yeah, let's go look at people drinking those beers on Instagram.
You don't tell me anything. Okay, each month, exclusive samples of the most favorite beers are created in styles like IPAs, fruited sours, and pastry stouts. All brews are crafted to excite taste buds by bringing fresh, new selections each month, never to be made again. Now, if you're trying to sell your beer, tell me what beers you make. It doesn't make any fucking sense. God damn it. Well,
that's a little troubling just in the sense that I like this beer so much, but I'll never be able to find it again. Yeah, like all their shit's a one-off. You know what I mean?
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because this is really good. Woo.
So they do have you do have the ability to search in your area, and I can't get anything. What's your zip code?
97404.
Okay. All right.
Oh, so yeah, look at that. See, we get a bunch of their stuff.
Yeah, you do, it looks like. So you got Market of Choice, which is your place.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Look at that. All the Market of Choices. Beer Garden, Downtown Liquor Store. Oh, First National Tap House is awesome. We need to go there next time you're up here.
I've never been there. We went to Big City Gaming.
Yep.
I think so.
Yep, they have it there.
16 tons. That's awesome.
Beerstein, definitely.
So, I mean, it's very, very particular. I wish they had more information that was useful, which that just kind of sucks.
But hey, they're doing something right.
No, they absolutely are. If you look at their collabs on their About site, which they're kind of toting that pretty hard.
Yeah.
Angry Chair Brewing, which we've had on the show. Bottle Logic, which I go back to as often as I can. Cerebral Brewing had that. Drecker, we have that. God, once a month.
Yeah, at least.
Equilibrium, we've had
Forager. I've had Forager. I've had a Forager beer.
okay.
Horus.
Haven't had Horus myself.
Well, look at all of that. Look, I mean, they collab with. I mean, what are you up to?
With
15,
everybody.
18 breweries? Yeah,
Yeah,
geez.
there's a ton. So that's neat. I'm not going to knock them. You know,
Yeah.
I hate your site for telling me what kind of beers you make, but it's very artsy, and that's what they want to do, and that's untitled art. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But you're not selling me your product through that. You're just telling me that you guys are artsy. So, all right. So getting on to the rest of our stories for the week. Do we just want to dive into the ridiculous and go for a while, or do we want to go back to any of the other stuff that we had going on? Because we had, I don't really care about Joe wandering off during the FEMA event, the speech. He wanders off and starts.
No,
He walked away from his handler.
We had a few gaffes this week. Yeah, he walked away from his handler. He recognized somebody in the crowd at one point, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's like, "Hey, he goes, it's a long story. I was 30, she was 12, but we won't go there."
God,
dude, that's not. You don't say that. When you're being accused of pedophilia from your own daughter, probably you should stay away from like talking about people's ages.
All right, I totally didn't see that story.
Oh yeah, I'll have to send that video to you. It's creepy. Even the crowd, you can kind of tell they're like, what?
It's like, are you comfortable? How are you comfortable seeing this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and then
that's okay. In the same week or the same yesterday, he's recognizing a congresswoman who's been dead for over a month.
Yeah. And Knucklehead, I guess they had a speech written for her, and then they were like, no, we're not going to do that one. Let's just go with this other speech. And Knucklehead couldn't shift gears fast enough and thought they were still going to talk about her.
It wasn't even that. They did a tribute for her.
They did. But what I'm saying is he was going to deliver a whole speech on her, and then they said, no, don't do the whole speech. You can talk about her because this was a tribute to her. But then he still was looking for her in the crowd.
How do you get there?
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
I don't know.
All right, I guess we're talking about it anyway. But I personally loved when Kamala aligned us with North Korea. That was fantastic.
She did. Yes, she
did. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I think I've got audio for that. Let's see. Oh, look, I do.
Here she is.
Shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And
let's go back. I love the music bed that Fox put in there.
Yeah.
Fucking dicks.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea.
She just aligned us with North Korea.
You don't think Kim Jong-un just got the biggest raging hard on ever? This woman was supposed to be a lawyer, right?
She was a DA.
Okay.
She was a district attorney.
How in God's name did she get through law school? This woman doesn't have two nickels to rub together. This isn't, and listen, I'm not even attacking her for this gaffe. We all have gaffes. We all say things we shouldn't say. Or make a mistake
North Korea.
But you're a politician and you cannot make this mistake. She's
stupid.
She's a moron. I would love to test her, dude. Oh my God, I'd love to test her.
She's dumb. I want to do this one next. Can I do this one next?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
We've got skyrocketing inflation, high diesel fuel, and Democrats' America Last policies. Democrats aren't the only one destroying farmers' ability to put food on the table. We've got wild hogs destroying farmers' fields. So we decided to go hog hunting. Let's help America American farmers out. Sign up below and let's go in that helicopter and go hog hunting. Enter to win now.
Why do they make her out to look like Thor?
Because anybody can buy that software for like $149, and then we should do it. Why aren't we doing that?
Because I don't want anyone to know what I look like. Because I say stupid shit.
Oh, okay. So that's Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she had another gap. I didn't put in show notes, but she said something about wanting to kill Democrats or something.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yes, she did.
She just can't help herself either. She's as dumb as Kamala is.
Yeah, she really is, and in a totally different way. Like, there's lots of kinds of stupid. She's a special kind.
She's angry dumb. Like, she's not, but it's not even a real angry though. I'm gonna be angry because it's gonna get me ratings dumb.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, she's catering to a very specific crowd. I mean, the fact that in that little speech she said, we got high diesel gas prices, not just high gas prices. We're all paying that.
Yeah. No, we're talking about diesel.
No, it's just diesel. All the fucking idiots out there in their F-750s who never towed anything and never gone off road, but you got to have the giant truck. That's who she's talking to. And they own their AR just for looks. They've never shot it. That's who she's a joke. She's an absolute joke.
And yet she's like the poster child for.
Well, yeah, she'll get votes.
I'm waiting for her to start an OnlyFans.
Oh, I would still
look.
If she's gonna fuck that AR, I'm in.
It's gonna be the hog she just shot.
Oh God. Okay, see, I crossed the line. You jumped it.
I just leaped over the line.
You're having sex with the line.
Fuck the line. Yeah.
Did I mention how good this beer is? Oh my God.
Is it?
Dude, I can't keep it out of my mouth. Well, I mean, it first of all, it enters so slowly and with moisture, with just the right amount of moisture, right? It's just slick enough that you can, it just easily slips in, but then there's enough friction that you really get the full effect. It's a full body sensation. The chocolate like massages all of your best parts of your body. I mean, it starts at the nipples, of course. Well, no, it starts at the tongue, and then your ears get a little bit warm. Yeah. And then the nipples, and then it goes down into your belly and you get the warm butterflies. Oh, something's about to happen. And then the genitals just light up. And I mean, it's just a fuck fest over here. It's amazing. I'm still drinking.
I'm so putting a porno. I'm putting a porno bed under that as you're describing it. It's gonna happen. I'm dropping myself out. And that needs to happen.
Oh God, it really is. I mean, all joking aside, this is a top tenner, maybe a top fiver. It's really good.
Wow. I'm scratching the British pound because I don't care. Can I get rid of that?
No, I mean, yeah, the UK's fucked. Let's just and then move on.
All right, you guys are done. China and Russia were found off of Alaska this week. Our Coast Guard actually tracked them. That was interesting.
Yeah, and you brought up a really excellent and very interesting point that's worth discussing quickly. These kind of exercises, I think most people realize how close Alaska is to Russia.
Oh, yeah.
So these kinds of exercises happen all the time out there, and there are international waters out there. Any boat from anywhere can sail, unmolested. This was interesting because they found one ship in our waters, in Alaskan waters, or U.S. waters, not international. And they sort of said, hey, you can't be here. And so they turned around, and then they discovered it was part of a fleet. It wasn't the only ship out there.
Right. No, Russia and China were traveling together.
Yeah. And then that's the other part of it, is that they were also accompanied by some Chinese warships. So China and Russia are playing war games in our waters just to see what kind of defenses we have out there. That's how I took it.
while the Nord Stream's getting blown up.
Right. Which is inconsequential.
I thought it was a fascinating. No, that article, full disclosure, it's Al Jazeera. And guys, I'm going to keep saying full disclosure over again, because I don't want you to ever think that we go to just one site, right?
No.
We're looking at things from all kinds of perspectives. This one is actually one of the first stories we've had from Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera's they have their own attitude about things, but this is the only place that I was able to find this story, which I found that was really interesting.
Yeah, which says a lot. Right.
There's actually 55 miles between Alaska and Russia. So,
I could get in my car and drive that. That's kind of scary.
Yeah,
we think about Russia as like the other side of the world. No. They're just right there.
So, Coast Guard news: the Coast Guard cutter Kimball crew on a routine patrol in the Bering Sea encountered a People's Republic of China guided missile cruiser, Ren Hai CG-101, sailing approximately 75 nautical miles north of Kiska Island, Alaska. And that was on September 19th. Just something to throw out there.
Yeah.
Just remember that all kinds of stuff's going on while you're looking over here. What's going over here? What's in the left hand? The left hand's doing this. What's the right hand doing? So for whatever reason, this week was like robot restaurant news. Did you notice that?
Yeah, yes, I did. Yeah, we've had some weeks where it seems like every article that we're all sending to each other is about how we need to be more comfortable eating bugs, or more comfortable with, AI running our lives.
Right.
And you just get this creep factor. Like, why is this all hitting me right now? This was one of those times. Why are we getting so many stories? And you and I were both, and I think Hefe sent one about something going on with AI and a robot in a restaurant.
Yep. The Easy 24 Ramen will open in Oxford later this year, Wales Online reports. The business will require people to pay a subscription, daily, weekly, or monthly, to get 24 access to hot and cold food.
Sounds like a porn site.
Why wouldn't you go that direction with it?
Right?
Just make it a brothel. A day pass will cost $1.70 pounds. What is that now? That's
probably about $1.70.
Okay. Well, yeah. Actually, I think it is. I think because this week
they're pretty even. Yeah.
Yep. Fuck the pound. We already covered that. And monthly access will give people up to 40 visits using a code to enter the building. Once inside, customers can eat noodles and toppings, including pickles, kimchi, mushrooms, bean sprouts, and fish cakes, all cooked in just 3 minutes. Meanwhile, vending machines will provide drinks, ice cream, and meal kits. Pinball machines will help customers pass the time.
Because we need to be pacified while we wait for our robot food.
For 3 minutes. For three
right.
goddamn minutes that we can't handle, not just like massaging our phones, because that's what we're going to be doing anyway.
I was just going to say, nobody has their phone with them. I mean, that's what everyone's going to be doing in there.
A TikTok doesn't run more than 3 minutes. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
So this is interesting to me because of all the unemployment that's been happening.
Yes.
And the way the economy is going into a downturn. If we're actually going to start deploying robots, computers to really take place of people, because now you're dipping into the low end, right? I mean, an argument can be made, well, nobody wants to work in a McDonald's type situation. This frees them up to be able to go and do something else. Not everybody is qualified to go do something else. Some people are actually just fine working at a fast food place.
Yep.
So now you start getting all of these places that are going to start coming out. This just presents I think it's a shot at the poor again. Honestly,
it really is. That's exactly what this is. That's a great.
And how healthy is that food?
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side, I don't want to overlook the fact that for $1.70, for less than $2, 40 visits in a month, dude. You could go once a day and twice a day some days. You could sustain a person.
Absolutely.
With just ramen for quite a while on $1.70. I mean, that's incredible. $2 a month. Yeah,
absolutely.
And we do have a Hefe sighting here.
Hey,
what's up, man?
How we doing?
We're just talking. We got to the stories about robots in the restaurants now.
Oh yeah.
So if you could pay $1.70 to have access to get, we'll just leave it at ramen, right? You can eat ramen every day, put various different things on it, and eat ramen, right? 40 visits in a month. Would you be down for that? That's your subscription.
So you're talking about going to a restaurant whenever I want to,
right?
Over the course of not restricted to just ramen.
Well, so you're restricted to, so once inside, customers can eat noodles and toppings including pickles, kimchi, mushrooms, bean sprouts, and fish cakes, all cooked in just 3 minutes. There's no people that work there. It's only done by robots.
And you can pay a little extra if you want some, premium items on there from the vending machine, like some chicken or some beef or whatever. But straight up, you could get fish cakes and bean sprouts and stuff and have some protein with your noodles and soup.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know. It seems weird that there's no people working there. But I mean, I guess that would be no different than, yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I think I would too. The problem is, like, what if you paid your subscription, you show up and you have your, I don't know, you have a chip underneath your foreskin or something. I don't know how they even know you have a membership, but you slap your member up there and they read your chip.
Yeah. Well, and they're reading your phone, right? You got a QR code. All right. You scan it and they let you in through the door. Right?
All right, fine. Let's go PG on this. Fine, we'll do the phone.
Or scan your dick. Either way, I'm down with that too. Maybe there's a slot that you actually have to put your rock hard member into.
God, yes, please. That's what needs to happen. I need to fuck the machine, and then but all that happens, and then there's a malfunction, and it spits out a bowl, but no soup comes out. Who do you go talk to? Where? I mean, and that's one of your visits. Like you're just SOL.
I agree. I think because that's where you have to go with it, right? You have to take everything that you'd normally experience in a restaurant, right? All the shit that you turn and go, hey, this sucks, fix it.
Yeah.
There has to be somebody there who's going to be handling that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting that they're doing this with ramen first because it's kind of hard to fuck up ramen. I mean, believe me, there's a huge difference. Right. There's a huge difference between, mediocre ramen and actual like cooked in front of you ramen. There's a huge difference. But on the low end of ramen, it's still a pretty good soup. You could still just make do with it. Yeah. So it's interesting that they're starting with that because it's hard to fuck it up.
But you have a really good point. Kind of going back to your point, if you're going to be able to go ahead and say, okay, $1.70 a day, or for your subscription
for a month.
If it's that easy to feed one person that, how come we have not fixed world hunger? Holy shit.
Right? Holy shit is right.
I mean, okay, I'm going to get tired of ramen after a while, but I would rather have it than not eat, right?
Right, than starve to death, right. And you hear about these third world countries, and they're like, these children make less than $3 a day. Bitch, that's 2 months worth of food. I mean, shit.
You think there'll be a tip jar?
Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah,
you mean a tip receptacle where you deposit your semen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Does my dick have to be hard to stick it into the slot to get scanned? That'd be a
No. It massages it for you.
Okay. It's like robot porn.
Yeah. Oh
So-
God, I love this show, but what the fuck is wrong with us?
We're horrible people, but you know what? We're so much
Okay.
better than so many people. That's all I.
Oh, yeah, it's true. We're terrible and awesome at the same time. What do we got next here? What's going on?
Chipotle to test robotic chip maker after Gavin Newsom signs minimum wage bill. Congratulations.
Good job, Gav.
Fucking California. We just need I need to find a Beach Boys song. Did they sing a song about California?
Oh, I mean, all their songs are about California, weren't they?
Right,
In
it
one
was
way or
something like
another?
that. I need to go ahead and we just need to have a segment about California and all the stupid shit that they do, because they also had something else this week besides this, where I think it had to do with, I think they were approving the fuel change for 2035.
Oh, yeah,
this
you're
week.
right. Yep. Yes, it was. You're right.
Dumb fucks. A Chipotle restaurant in California will test a robot to make its chips to combat a minimum wage bill that Gavin Newsom, Democrat California, recently signed. Chipotle had previously tested the device at its technology innovation facility in anticipation of new minimum wage laws. That's what happens when you fuck with capitalism.
Yeah.
We are always exploring opportunities to enhance our employee and guest experience. Chipotle Chief Technology Officer.
Wait. You skipped the most important line in the whole thing. What are they calling the device?
Sorry, I did. Chippy.
Chippy. They're calling it Chippy.
My
God.
And this is from Outkick.com, and I love this site so far.
Oh, yeah. No.
These guys are fantastic.
Yeah, these guys are doing it right. Look at okay. That's right there, that line. Per the bill, these joints must raise the minimum wage up to $22 an hour. Do you guys know my first job that I got was at a vet? I cleaned up shit and piss from dogs at the vet's place for $5.25 an hour, and I thought I had won the fucking lottery. Do you remember that, Hefe? When I actually had a paycheck?
Yep.
$5.25 an hour, and I was king shit. These people are making $22 an hour. If you do the maths, guys, that's $45,000 a year.
Yeah. You know what he's going to do? He's going to turn around and sign a bill into law that says you can't have robots working in restaurants.
Yep, you bet.
He
You're
probably
exactly
will.
right. Yep.
He probably will. But and when you have to pay $7 for gas, when it just blows me away. I honestly don't have any problem with people making money. I think everybody should make their fair wage.
For sure.
Period.
For sure.
I think a lot of times corporate America does take advantage of people. They totally do. They suck. But as soon as you start putting stuff like this into law,
no.
corporate Americans go, well, I don't need you.
Yeah.
to do the things that I need to get done. So
I see your
hasta la
inflation.
vista.
Yeah, I see your inflation, and I raise you AI.
Yep.
I mean, you spend what, $600,000 on this machine up front. Okay, that hurts. But over the course of time, as it makes chip after chip after chip, you're not paying somebody. You're not having to worry about them calling in sick. You're not having to worry about them having attitude with the customers and turning someone off. You're not having to worry about them somehow spoiling the food because they took a shit and didn't wash their hands. You make your money back quick.
Well, we got Chippy. How long until we have Ricey and Chicken?
Oh yeah, yep.
And it's just like the ramen place.
Soupy. I mean, that's where we're going, right? I mean, we're there. We are fucking there.
Big Mackey, quarter poundery, French fry. We could do this all day, guys.
You know what? Hey, that might be an improvement because at least when I went to McDonald's and I said, "Hey, I want a plain cheeseburger, nothing else on it," I might get that because the AI will at least understand it versus the 16-year-old that's picking his nose. But anyway, it's another rant. I fucking hate McDonald's.
No, so. I was about to go on a rant myself. All I will say is, a fillet of fish. It has 4 components to it, right? You got the bun, you got the fillet of fish, you got the cheese, and then you have the tartar sauce. Okay, so four things.
That's all you got to do.
How hard is it to center those things? Why is it so hard to center it?
Yep.
Why?
I've got a fantastic one for you guys.
Oh, go.
Okay, we used to do McDonald's, quite a bit for the kids. They loved it, and finally we just said this is horse shit. I mean, it's literally garbage we're throwing money at. There and my kids, they all like the burgers, okay, but they're different types of burgers. Like one of them likes the hamburger with just ketchup and pickle. One of them likes cheeseburger, just cheese. One likes cheeseburger with pickles, and it's like I write it down, and I'm like very careful to get it exactly right. So I ordered one once. I said, I need a cheeseburger, but just cheese and pickle. And I shit you not, they put cheese and pickle on a bun and no meat. I got it home and I was like, got to be fucking kidding me.
Somebody's an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Someone hates their fucking job, so they're like, here, take
they're taking
this.
it out on you. That's just stupid.
Oh my God.
And it was during COVID. So I go back there, the doors are locked.
Oh yeah, right.
So I got to get back in line. I was so pissed. Oh, I was so mad. Like, who? Really?
That's fucked up.
I mean, on the one hand, you say, how hard is it? On the other hand, I realize that, I mean, in an 8-hour shift, do you know how many hamburgers you make?
Yeah.
And at some point, you're like, fuck this. Take some pickles and cheese and fuck off.
Take your special order and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
Wow. This is I'm just going to throw it out there. This is one of our most unplanned, off-road, and fun shows we've ever done. Because most of this stuff has not been, we didn't even talk about half of this shit. We're just doing it on the fly, and it's amazing.
So I want to get this one out there too, because California is about to ban natural. What does a ban on natural gas appliances mean for homeowners? This comes from, again, California.
Yeah.
How do you ban natural gas? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. This one blows my mind.
Me too. That is the cleanest burning fuel you can have to cook your food.
Are they not paying him enough? Does the natural gas lobby need to hook him up more?
I don't know, because
what is the problem?
Remember back in the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, if you had a top end home, it wasn't a top end home unless you had natural gas stove. I mean, that was the top of the line. It was natural gas because it's the easiest to control. You can control the heat. It's the best to cook on. Natural gas all the way, or you have a shit second-rate home. And now here we are banning these appliances in homes. That's fucking nuts. Do you really think LeBron James with his home in LA is gonna pay the money to give up his natural gas? No.
As California moves to become the first state to ban natural gas-powered space and water heaters by 2030, a growing debate about what the ban means for homeowners and any potential expansion to other appliances. This is huge. I'm not in California. I'm never going to be, but live there anyway. I want to have natural gas heat. It's cheap.
Yep.
And it's efficient. And it doesn't kill the environment. It doesn't.
No, it's so clean. So to put it in perspective, you guys are down in Phoenix. So I want to give you some perspective here. We have natural gas for our for my heater in the winter. And it doesn't get exceptionally cold here, but it's enough that you need a good heater. Again, perspective. I have a 1,900 square foot house. And we have central air. So we have one heat pump, and to run that in our coldest month last year, which was December, we had 2 snowstorms, and it really didn't get above 40 the whole month. So it was a cold month. It was chilly. Do you know how much I paid to heat my house? About $30. That's nothing. That is nothing. If I had to use electric heaters throughout the house, in fact, my electric bill, because we use, we have the heating blankets on our bed, and we use little space heaters if we're a little bit chilly. I mean, the electric bill was way more than the natural gas bill. It was nothing. And they want to ban that in California. That's it. It just blows my mind. Like you said, McShane, this one just I don't know who's winning on this. I don't understand who's making the money or who's benefiting from shutting people off from natural gas, because it burns the cleanest of anything. It's efficient. It's cost effective. Well, and maybe this is just a precursor to us sending all of our natural gas over to Europe. I don't know.
So the first thing I think of when I start hearing things like this, and I think we've covered that I'm in the energy field, utility industry. You can get rid of that utility, you can get rid of the need for we'll say your stovetop, heating units, heat pump, those kind of things. You could get rid of that. But unless you're going to get rid of the natural gas transmission stations, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're not doing a goddamn thing, because that's a huge that utilities rely on being able to use natural gas for their generation.
Yeah.
And if I'm still going to be the guy who says, oh, yeah, everybody has to have an electric stovetop. All of you, everybody, electric heat pumps. You totally do. But if I'm generating using natural gas, it's the same goddamn thing. It's the same argument for where does the gas, where does the electricity come from for my electric car? So fuck California. I guess that's where we come back to that.
So on that really quickly, this is an amazing stat. Gas generators, the sales of gas generators at Costco alone. We're just talking about Costco. Gas generators at Costco in California, the sales of those jumped 60% in just this last month. Now, if you do the math, you know why. People are using the gas generators to charge their Teslas, to charge their other electric cars. And by the way, I'm talking about gas generators. They run off of gas. You're using gas to charge your electric car to save on gas. You are all a bunch of fucking morons, and you need to leave that state. If you have half a brain, you need to leave that state. And you need to leave Gavin Newsom holding a fucking bag of dicks going, how come no one wants to eat my dicks? Because that's all he has to offer. He's an idiot, and the whole state is ridiculous.
It's
60%.
It's so hard to wrap your head around what happened a few weeks ago. But I mean, they've been pushing, green energy and all this electric shit, and then what is it? 2-3 days later, they say, "Oh, by the way, don't charge your electric car." What are they supposed to do? There's no subways there. It's not New York.
No.
What are people supposed to do if they can't charge their electric cars that you've been gung ho about
Just
for so long?
stay home.
You really step back and look at that. It's like what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Stay home. Just collect your social your social check from the government. And stay the fuck home.
And you just homeschool your kids, and you don't have any social networks, and you don't go down to the local bar and debate important subjects with the other barflies. No. Just stay home and masturbate and tell your kids everything's fine, and then you move on. I mean, it's not just a joke, actually, guys. It's a little concerning. It's a lot concerning.
Oh, it's California.
Yeah.
My prediction, right? Write it down in our big book of predictions, right?
Got it. Yep.
In 10 years, you will have only homeless and people making over $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to be gone. And the homeless are going to be centered in one area, and the millionaires are going to be in another area. That's where we're going with that.
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. On that note, quickly before you get to this next story, interesting politics going on here in Oregon. There's a pretty, I would say it's a heated race. I wouldn't say it's tight. There's one forerunner, and then like a bunch of people that are vying for second, which is kind of a joke. But for governor, because our governor Kate Brown is clearly a moron, and so she's not even running for re-election. She's like, I'm stepping down for. she said
I'm running the fuck away. Yeah.
Yeah. She said for family reasons, but we all know what that means. But anyway, one of the candidates has this ad that keeps popping up for my YouTubes and TikToks and whatever, and she said, we have a homeless condition. She didn't call it a homeless problem. She calls it a homeless condition, and this is her like campaign commercial. We have a homeless condition in this state, and we need to find a balance between providing services for them and understanding that the residents of that area also need to have their own space. That's how she worded it.
That's weird. That
somehow that my property that I own, that I pay taxes on, I have to find a balance between these people who are squatting and shitting in my fucking easement. They take a shit on the side of my house. We need to find some kind of balance for that, because they deserve what I have. That's her campaign. That's what she's running on, and it's insane.
That sounds like San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And I mean, I'm hoping to God she loses, but that's how she's running. And I just think, my God, there are people going, yeah. No, right. That sounds like a really good plan. Let's do that.
I just don't know what planet we're on anymore.
I don't either.
Hey, in 10 years, when you guys are the millionaire guys and I'm in the gaggle of homeless, can I still do the show with you guys?
Yes. Dude,
Absolutely.
You'll never be homeless. If we're millionaires, you won't be homeless.
No. I will have I will have a pool house just for you.
Hefe the pool boy.
You'll have a pool. You will have a pool room.
You're getting the pool. You're getting
If
a
I-
pool still. Been riding
So-
this out.
Someday,
Wait,
I might.
Where's the
I don't know.
concrete?
I'm still waiting on the fucking concrete.
Oh shit,
Motherfuckers. Jesus
dude!
Christ.
We need to go back and look, or not look, but listen to the shows. But we've been talking about your pool
Dude,
easily for 3 months, easily.
Yeah.
It started in March, okay, and I'm
Holy
still waiting on
shit.
fucking concrete.
Holy shit, March!
I have a hole, and I have iron in my backyard, and I've been sending strongly worded emails to them.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
been fucking stupid.
Hey, to put this in perspective, I was only 47 in March.
You're a baby.
I was a baby.
And you're 79 now. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. So much has happened.
What has
So-
the world
so
done
much.
to you?
Oh my God. I'm just going to continue to have sex with my beer. What's the next story?
Beer is good for you. Scientists claim 2 pints a day may slash your risk of dementia. I liked your question. You followed up perfectly. Okay, but what does 8 do for me?
Yeah, exactly. If 2 stops dementia, like, can I reverse it with 8 a day?
Well, you know what? And my grandmother, she passed away from dementia. And I'm just like, you know what, man, I'm never going to stop drinking at this point. First of all, my colon looks fucking fantastic. And my heart, my blood pressure was on fucking point. My cholesterol looks really good. I'm gonna keep pounding beers daily. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good.
You know, there actually is a huge difference between drinking beer, drinking wine, and drinking straight liquor every day. A lot of the liver damage and fats that form on the liver come from drinking, just raw alcohol, your gins, your whiskeys, your tequilas,
Right.
vodkas. But when you have something like a beer, and I'm
A good
don't
craft
know-
beer.
a good craft beer, and I don't know the studies on this because I'm not claiming 100% accuracy on this, but even when you have a beer that's like 14%, there are enough other things in the beer that your body has to process that don't accumulate fats on your liver as
Right.
much. I mean, it still does, but not as much as straight, shooting vodka, every night, because that your body just converts that straight to sugars and then straight to lipids, which are fats. But with beer, you have fibers, you have carbos, you have all kinds of things that your body has to get through. And so that's burning calories. So you don't get nearly the fat buildup. Not saying it's, good to drink 10 beers a night.
Right.
But I am currently running that experiment. So I'll let you know how that turns out.
All right, we are at the end of the show. We could actually go into overtime. We could go on for a long time. I have zero doubt about it. But I do want to at least get this episode out of the way. Fitz, what beer are you taking to bed?
Oh, I mean, it's obvious. I'm taking the Untitled Art, the fudge, the double fudgy brownies stout. How can you go wrong with that? First of all, I didn't enjoy my first beer, and then on top of it,
Did you just not like your first beer, or did you just not like having your face fucked by a pineapple?
But both, dude. I'm telling you, I still feel raw from it. I feel like there's like little pieces of flesh hanging off the roof of my mouth.
God.
Yeah, it was that kind of face fuck. No, honestly, all that aside, all joking aside, this Untitled Art, it's a tremendous beer. If you can get your hands on it, guys, please do. I mean, and even if you're kind of a beer rookie, don't let the 14% intimidate you. Just pour half of it and have that, and then save the rest of it for tomorrow night. Whatever you have to do. But this is literally a fudge brownie in a glass that you are going to absolutely get fucked up on and enjoy every second of the ride. It's amazing. I said earlier this might be a top 10. It's for sure a top 5. This is tremendous.
Sounds really good.
Oh, it's so good, dude. You know what, Hefe, you would, yeah. We need to, I know we talk about it. We have got to kick up our beer exchange program because Hefe, I know you're at the point now in your beer drinking career, you are ready to branch out, but you just don't know where to start. And I think if McShane and I were to send you some of our favorites, you would be like, okay, I like this. I don't like that. I'm going to try more of this. I think it would be a really, kind of like, just picture you're an 18-year-old college freshman girl, and we're the guys coming in saying you need to try anal.
God. Okay, I guess I'm okay with that.
No, I mean not just anal, but like anal while you're doing other stuff to my friend Steve. Like, let's make the double penetration.
Hear me out. Have you ever seen the Eiffel Tower? Have you ever seen the Eiffel Tower? All right.
Exactly.
I want to reenact this. Are you okay with that?
No, in all honesty, I just think, and I've been there. Like you're in the new beer market, and you're like, where do I even start? And my sort of gateway beer was Guinness, and then we went to what was it? Sam Adams cherry wheat. Remember that?
Oh,
I drank a shit ton of that. And then that just kind of leads to other things. But anyway, I think if we sent you some stuff, Hefe, you would, because I know you would like the Big Blackjack. I know you would love this beer. I mean, this is just, it's crazy good.
You know what's awesome is that I can actually put together a box for Hefe, and I can just take it to him.
Yeah.
And I'll even throw some weird sex toys in. just like when I dropped off Rosie, I'll make it really weird at that point too.
Oh, Rosie.
Hey, but wouldn't that be a great segment? Like, Hefe, normally you'd be working tonight. So you're working, you come in for your, 15 minutes on our show, and you're like, hey, McShane dropped off some beers, and this is what I loved about this beer, and this is what I hate about this one, because I think we have some listeners out there who aren't really comfortable or familiar with different styles of beers, different flavors, and you could come in with a totally virgin palate and just say, here's what's awesome about it, here's what I hated. Because Steve and I we're so far beyond virgin. We've been fucked so many times by beer. That's right. That you would add a freshness to it. So I'm just throwing that out there. I think it'd be a cool part of the show.
I'm down.
All right. I think we've got marching orders on that.
Yeah, let's do it. Yep.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap things up. If you guys want to go and follow us on Twitter, it is at whiskey_hell. Email us directly at whiskeyhellpod@gmail.com. You can also go to the website. Check us out. It's whiskeyhellpod.com. Really simple. I'm Steve McShane.
I'm Fitz, and I fucking love this show.
I'm happy, and I agree.
We'll talk to you soon.
That will do it for this week's show. Shocking how long they last each week. Remember to leave a review, and thanks for listening.